everyone, so today I am doing another first impressions video. This is a product that I have really been wanting to try and I've been putting it off. I purchased it yesterday and I literally wanted to come home, take all my makeup off and try it right there and then. But I got home too late so I couldn't do a first impressions video, so I have left it until today. It is the Skin Flash Primer by Dior. It was sort of a off the moment purchase, just because I'd gone to Dior to get, what had I gone there to get? I'd gone there to get Greige lipstick by Dior, because they were always out of it whenever I tried to get it, and they had it then, and then they also had an offer where you got £10 off one of their best beauty items if you purchased two things, one of them being one of the best beauty items. And one of them was the primer, and I've been looking at purchasing a new primer for a little while now, just because I'm not really happy with how my makeup is lasting. I mean, it looks okay, but then at the end of the day, it's just, all depends, because if I'm at home during the day, then my makeup seems to stay put and looks very natural, but if I am at work, then my skin gets very oily because I am in air conditioning and heat. So it's not always good. So I wanted to find like a nice primer that would suit my skin and would make my makeup look nicer for longer. So I picked up this one. It is in the number 1. I don't know if they come in different numbers. But I got the Skin Flash Primer number 1 Sheer Glow. It comes in a little package like this, which was really cute. And then when you take it out of the bag, it's got its own little pouch, and you take it out like this, and I just love Dior products because of how they are packaged. They're just so nice, so nice. I always think I'm spending way too much money, and then I'm like, when I see something like that, I just love it. So this is the product packaging itself. To be honest, I really like it. I mean, it looks very clean and pristine. It looks expensive. Which it wasn't that bad. I think if I had bought it without the voucher, it would have been like £29, and so I got £10 off. So it wasn't that expensive. It might have been less, like 26 maybe. So yes, I got £10 off it, and obviously I want to do a first impression. The first impression, just looking at it, I love the quality. It looks really nice. It's got a little brush applicator, and you literally just twist the product, kind of like the Touch of Clay under eye concealers. They all have like a twist at bottom. It's kind of like that. So she said that I needed to twist it a few times to get the product through to start with. But I can see some coming through the bristles, so. Okay, so it's now coming out of the bristles. She said you didn't need that much, and you sort of just apply it like this. Ooh, very nice and cool. And you literally just start from your T-zone and work your way out. It's got light reflecting technology in it, so it's supposed to give you like a really nice glow. I wouldn't say it's got a sheen to it. It's really nice and refreshing on my skin. My skin does get very red anyway, so that is why it's getting red, is because of this. Right, so I've applied it all over to my skin, just like so. It applies really easily, and you can, like, I don't know if I've applied too much, or, to be honest, it's all sort of absorbed in. Like, I'm just brushing around just to make sure, and it all feels absorbed in. It feels really nice, actually. It's really clean. Sorry, I'm looking in my mirror behind the camera. It feels really nice and refreshing. Probably won't be able to tell what my skin looks like on camera, but let me have a close-up in my mirror quickly. It's got a nice glow to it. It doesn't necessarily look oily, it's just got a nice glow to it, which is really nice. So I've applied that under, and it's like dried. It feels just like my skin, but but it doesn't feel too drying at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my foundation as normal. Okay, so all I've applied is my foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer and blush on my cheeks, and just some under eye concealer and whatever. So I haven't done anything too dramatic. This is what I do on an everyday basis, so I haven't done anything different than I would normally do. My skin still looks really glowy. The makeup applied really nice. So yeah, so I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It looks really natural as well. I know obviously like my eye makeup and whatever are a little bit over the top, and the only thing different would be my eye makeup and my lips, but my skin I've kept pretty natural. I'm sorry there's so much noise going on in the background. They're having building work done over the road, so what can we do? So yeah, so I've kept everything more on the natural side that I would normally do every day to day. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed this so far. So what I will do is I will come back in a couple of hours. At the moment it is 11:54, so if we say 12 o'clock, I'll come back during the afternoon, and then I'll also come back tonight at some point, and we will see how it is holding up. If it's holding up any better than normal. For the foundation that I used today, I used the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I do enjoy this foundation because it has got a natural matte finish, so sort of a semi-matte finish. The only thing is I find I get fairly oily with this, and it's supposed to be good for that. But I find that especially when I'm at work and I'm in central heating and stuff like that, I find I do get quite oily on my T-zone. So this is why I chose this foundation, just to see how it did hold up, and you know, if it is a really good product. So the lady that I purchased it off the counter, she said it was for all skin types, so it was for oily skin as well. It'll fill in your fine lines and everything like that. So I really like how it looks at the moment. So like I said, we'll say it's about 12 o'clock, and I will come back in a couple of hours and tell you how it is looking. Okay, so it is just gone 3 o'clock, so I decided I'd come back and show you how it is getting on. I mean, my foundation, everything is still in place, and how I placed it and whatever. There seems to be a little bit of a sheen now coming through. It's not really oily, which it probably would be by now. It's probably mostly oily on my nose, a little bit on my cheeks. It's just got a sheen more than an oil. If I was like faffing around my makeup, then I probably would be blotting it about now, and maybe apply like a bit of a translucent powder. But I haven't really want to blot because I want to see and give you the, you know, an honest first impression video, and you want to see it untouched and whatever. So I haven't done anything to it since I last spoke. But yeah, it's just got like a bit of a sheen to it now. If it stays at this, then I'm happy with that. If it gets a bit more oily though. But it looks like it's holding up better than it would if I hadn't used it. So my blush and bronzer have stayed on. Under eye concealer in general, all looks pretty good, to be honest, just a little bit of a sheen. So what I'll do is I will leave it probably until after tea, so probably about 3 or 4 hours. I will try and not blot it or touch it or anything until then. So yeah, so I will see you in a couple of hours. Oh. Ouch. Oh. Jeez Louise.